Okay, today I'll be telling you how to lose weight. So, to lose weight, I'm gonna give you the simple, straight answer: cut out all your junk food. You're like, what? But what about calories in, calories out? Well, that's a really big, big misconception about how to lose weight, or aka how to gain weight. And I've read this, or not read, but I watched a podcast on Andrew Huberman, and he interviewed this one guy who studied a lot about like how sugar affects and how processed food affects your mental health, but also your physical health. And he destroyed the myth that in order to lose or gain weight, you must eat above your calorie maintenance or below your calorie maintenance. Calories in, calories out. And pretty much, let me explain it real quickly. So, you have, let's say, a pizza, right? Say it's like one slice is like 200 calories, right? You think that, okay, if I eat the pizza, I will put 200 calories in my body. No, it doesn't work like that. One of the first reasons why. First, you got a microbiome in your stomach that eats away at that food to make sure that your body digests it properly. And also, it's a little like microbiome, so it's gonna eat some of that anyways. So, in reality, the pizza that you eat is actually gonna probably be 150 or 140 calories, which is good for weight loss. But the reality is, it's not what amount of calories you intake. Doesn't matter if it's uh, literally like a healthy like grape versus a candy. Here's what's gonna happen, right? So when you eat processed food, specifically junk food like McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, wherever you can think of, processed food that pretty much they put a lot of chemicals to make that shit last. It has usually a lot of fats. I believe saturated fats. And what that does to your body is when you digest that food, your body takes that sugar, takes that saturated fat, and it thinks, okay, then I don't need to use it right now. So I'm going to convert it into fat. I'm not burning any energy, and then, it's way too much of it, so I'm just going to use it as fat. And what happens is even if you do eat, like, let's say you eat two McDonald's meals, right? They're both medium. Because I tried this shit, and I still gained a shit ton of weight by doing this, but imagine you grab you get two McDonald's meals, right? They're both 1,000 calories each. You think like, okay, I'm a 5'10" tall male. I weigh like 195 or 200, and okay, so does I should be losing weight, right? Not exactly, because first of all, when your body gets all that, it starts converting that saturated fat or sugars into fat, you actually gain weight. It's crazy, right? You think like, oh, what the fuck? I mean, less than my calories maintenance. How am I gaining weight? It's because what makes you gain weight is the fat that you put on your body. It's not necessarily calories in and calories out. While healthier foods, like foods that have less grease, less saturated fat, less sugars, or not even sugar at all, they have their own type of like taste to it. I don't know exactly what it is, but fruits in general don't really have that much sugar. I don't think they have any sugar. They have like this different type that makes it sweet, different type of chemical. I don't know exactly what it is, but pretty much, um, you eat those instead, and you naturally lose weight. You even have to, literally, you even have to fucking strain yourself by eating these restrictive diets. Okay, I must eat one meal a day. No, you're not gonna. That's way too restricted, bro. You're not gonna last. But now you might have another question. But all the unhealthy foods don't taste that good. Well, there's a solution to that, and this is how I did it. So I choose and pick out foods that I like to eat, that I actually do find enjoyable to eat, like because of the taste. because it was very difficult me earlier last year. Because right now I'm recording this video in 2024, so technically earlier last year, I tried to eat based on what was better for me, but I always kept coming back to the sodas, to the frozen food, to the junk food. Even though I did knew like I shouldn't be eating these foods, I used to think like, oh okay, then calories in, calories out. And of course, I weighed like 138, and keep in mind I'm 130, I'm 5'2", and my goal was to keep losing weight, but I kept gaining weight. I kept gaining the weight, and also not only that, it caused my face to get really bloated, and of course that doesn't look attractive at all. Like it just doesn't look attractive. And I was thinking, what the fuck? Like I'm tracking my calories, bro. I'm fucking, I'm literally getting, I'm literally getting bigger. While I think I should be losing weight, and of course at the moment I didn't know why. But I was like, okay, then, what's going on, bro? So I realized a couple months back, like, okay, you know what? It's probably the fast food. Because even I knew about the fact that like calories in, calories out, but I knew like subconsciously my mind would tell me like, bro, like I don't think it's calories in out. I think like since that food has so much fucking processed shit, it's making you big. But of course, I kept believing to the scientific like common belief, like oh, but calories in, calories out. You must make sure you track your macros and your calories. It doesn't matter what type of food you eat, if it's like junk food or uh what thousand berries, it's gonna be the exact same thing. No, it's fucking not, bro. And I'm telling you this now because I'm not. If you're trying to lose weight, I'm not gonna give you that same fucking advice that I thought it worked. And of course, it didn't fucking work for me. I kept fucking gaining weight. What? Like, no. So, going back to my point, how to eat healthier. The most important thing, you want a diet that you do it for a lifetime. So for me, I would like to eat chicken, steak. I even occasionally get bread, and I get what else? I like to eat bananas, apples, oranges, and pretty much like vegetable wise, I believe not potatoes. Potatoes are something else. I like lettuce a lot too, and I'm trying to think of another vegetable because I'll be honest with you, I fucking hate vegetables. I don't find them that enjoyable. I know I need to eat them more. Um, I think something else I like to eat is I believe it's like onions. Yeah, onions, grilled onions. I like that. Without the oil, just grill them on the pan. Um, and I'm trying to think of something else. I know I like something else. I believe bell peppers too. I don't know if they're considered a vegetable, but I know it's like those too when they're cooked. And those foods, I experimented with different vegetables. Like, hey, does this taste good? Does this taste ass? Would I eat this for a lifetime? I experimented, going to Walmart, going to different places, to buy these vegetables. Because I know I like a lot of fruits and I like a lot of meats. Obviously, I'm pretty sure everybody likes meats like chicken, turkey. Those, especially with seasoning, it tastes really good. It's still going to be really low calorie, and plus also they don't have a lot of saturated fats because you're making the food, so you're not going to put all that grease and all that shit. And I noticed that even in my bodybuilding workouts, and even the days or even the months that I do train to specifically gain more muscle, I kept losing weight but getting stronger. I'm like, what? Am I going through a body recomposition, which means like you lose fat and while gaining muscle? But no, it was just simply because I just started, slightly healthier. And for another example, to choose foods, for instance, my friend, I work at a job right now at Aztec. It's a welding company, and pretty much he he eats like the bell pepper straight up. Like he can eat it just raw, and I believe he can also eat an onion just raw as well. And I'm like, I don't know how you do it, but that's great. If you find that enjoyable, fucking do it, bro. That's gonna be a lot healthier than eating junk food and eating the fast food, you know. Now let's go to another problem. So you do know that you need to buy these foods. You need to get out. What if you don't really have that much time? For me, I don't have that much time to do it, and also it's you also do want to occasionally enjoy a nice treat for yourself, right? So how do you overcome that? this is how I did it back last year through it was June all the way to now, and this is how I did it. Right. So first of all, I pretty much just start slowly cutting out the fast food, slowly cutting out because believe it or not, restaurants they're like the second level, I believe. So you have the shit food, like fast food. And then you have restaurants, and then you have homemade food, and I believe restaurants are like right in the middle. They're not bad for you, but they're not also good because they use a lot of grease as well. But it is a lot better than processed food because I believe most of the restaurants have their food just ready, fresh, and ready to go and cook. So first, you can start instead of going to fast food places, you're gonna start going to restaurants. But you may be asking, well, then the reason why I go to fast food places is because it's a lot faster. I say, okay, then this is what you're gonna do, right? The days you have off work or the day you have free time, that you need more than like 4 hours of free time. What you're gonna do is pretty much start cooking your own food, like cooking eggs, cooking your chicken, vegetables. You can grill your onions. Like for me, I like grilling my onions and plus also grilling the bell peppers with eggs and adding very minimal oil. And that's pretty much how I did it because I do work 10-hour shifts 5 days a week, and that's how I manage my time around it. And pretty much once I did that, everything just started to click. But I'm sorry, I'm just going too far ahead of myself. Now, to kill out the fast food, because I used to have a really bad fast food addiction, because like when I turned 17 and I was able to drive my car, I was like, you know what, yo, bro, like fuck yeah, let me get this fast food, bro. Like it's way faster than waiting for my stepmother to cook or me cooking. So I was like, okay, let's just go ahead and get McDonald's, let's get Chick-fil-A, let's get a Taco Bell, after school. And of course, I started to gain weight, and I was like, what the fuck, like, come on, bro, you're eating this fucking nasty shit put into your fucking body. What do you expect, bro? But I didn't know back then. I didn't know any better. And how I beat that was I started very slowly. So how I did it was I knew like it was very difficult for me because I recall every time I will go out of work around 10 p.m. because I had school the next day. I work part time at the welding job. Every time I would go out and get McDonald's. Every time. I just couldn't stop. So I was like, okay then, how am I gonna do this? How I did it, I slowly started cutting it out. Slowly. So instead of me trying to be like, okay, today now I'm gonna stop eating fucking fast food. So what I did, instead was okay, I know that fell in the past. Let's try something different. I wanna make it a goal to eat only out of the 7 days a week, I'm only gonna eat 4 days of fast food. So that means I'm gonna cut out one day, right? So I did that, right? I completed that. Okay then, Jonathan, this is what you're gonna do now. You're gonna cut out 2 days now. It's gradually increasing it week by week. So I worked my way up to 2 days, and the week after I tried 3 days. I'm like, I got that. Now let's try to do 4 days. Got that, right? Okay, now let's try to completely eliminate it. Because usually I only eat fast food through Monday through Friday. I failed it. I got my cravings got the best of me, and I said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna get McDonald's." But I wasn't beating myself down because I realized I made already good ass progress, and I only ate it one time per week. So I was like, okay then, all right then, we can do that. Let's try. Let's go back down. Let's go back to 4 days. And for 2 weeks, I was only eating fast food for, I believe, 2 days a week. 2 days. And I cut it down dramatically. Like, it was actually pretty awesome feeling that, like, I knew I was making progress. And then finally, after one whole month, I got down to 0 days I didn't eat. And then literally, I kept a streak going up to a month. And then I kept another streak to 3 weeks. And then little by little, like I started cutting out completely, and that's how I did it. It wasn't literally a 1 day process. I was like, because your mind gets accustomed to eating fast food, so of course you're gonna grab it and get it. It tastes good you know, your brain perceives it as good food, but then reality is actually shit food. But I don't blame you. I was the exact same way. So now, once you build yourself up to doing that, that's when you can start investing in yourself. Okay, I have the discipline, I have the motivation to start eating healthier, so I can lose more weight. And then once you get all of those things together, naturally you're gonna start losing that weight, bro. I swear to God, I went from 135 to 128, and literally I'm like eating exact same frequency. I'm just eating healthier. I'm eating my stepmother's homemade meals now. And actually, believe it or not, once you start cutting out the fast foods and you actually go back to it, literally you can fucking taste the chemicals in that fast food, and it's not the same feeling as eating like a well seasoned chicken that's came straight out the oven or off the grill, or eating a banana, eating a lettuce, and you can just feel the chemicals in your mouth. You're like, what the fuck? I was putting this shit into my body, bro. That's crazy. Like, of course now you probably don't know it, but trust me, cut it out little by little, then slowly start transitioning into healthier foods. And healthy doesn't necessarily mean like, okay, you need to only eat vegetables, you need to only eat fucking fruits. No, bro. Get some meats, get some nuts, get some oatmeal, bro. Do whatever that tastes good for you, pretty much. Eat whatever that tastes good for you. Of course that's healthy, not fucking chicken nuggets from McDonald's or fucking McFlurries from McDonald's or something like that. You gotta do your research. I think I can show you a YouTube video of like foods that are like really good and certain type of vitamins that are really beneficial for your body and mind. And I'll give you that link. That guy is awesome. He kind of like describes like the tier list of what foods to eat. And yeah, so keep it. I'm gonna put a summarized version. I'm gonna type it, and pretty much, yeah, that's how I did it. I believe there's probably way better explanations, but this is how I overcame it. So hopefully you can listen to his advice and hopefully it helps for you. And yeah, thanks for listening.